Have you ever wanted to learn product animation? Well, this video series will definitely be for you. Over the next several weeks, I'll be going through a headphone product animation, and I'm going to take this headphone model, I'm going to transform it in the next couple weeks through product animation. We'll be going through different sequences. I'll walk through each sequence. We'll be going through texturing, lighting, modeling, rendering, animation, all made in Blender to make some cool product visuals. And by the end, you'll have these fundamentals, and then you can apply this concept to your future projects. First, let's get into texturing. First, we don't have a scene. We don't have anything in the scene yet. I have the headphone assets below for you guys to use. So what we want to do is go to File, go to Import. This is where we can get our files. We go to GLTF, which is what the file name will be for that. And so right now I have it ready to be imported. And right now it's huge and stuff. If I press S to scale, I can make it come smaller. Right now what I have imported, it has these points that it's connected to. So these are all different just different points that are connected to. But what we want to do to make it less crazy, we right click on parents, click on clear and keep transform. And so this will disconnect all the points. And right now we have all these points here. Let's just delete them. And so now we have the headphone, which has different parts to it. And next, if we go into material, it comes in as a red headphone. For me personally, I want to add some textures to this. I don't want to just keep it as its own. It has its own textures, and if you like that, then cool, but we want to add more variety in our scene. Now we're going to make our own texture. So just go to here. This is where the nodes are, which will determine the color, how rough will be. You can make it metal. We will delete this one. This will delete all the red part. And what we want to go is, I have some textures down below to use. I have for you guys. So whatever I'm using, you can definitely go ahead and use it. If you click Shift A, click on image, this will be create image texture, which is what we deleted. And so we go color to the color, and right now it's black because this texture has no color to it. So what we want to go is go here, open, find the files we're gonna import. Now we have the file we want. We can click on illustration of graffiti background. The reason why it looks not good at all because it's wrapped around the model and the textures just aren't correct and they're just all stretched out. And if you go to open a window here, you can open a window by, you see these cross, you can go like this, and then it'll let you create a window. You just slide it across. But let me just close that because I had a window. But I'm making a window. We go to UV editor. If we click on the file, click on tab. And if you click on all that, so basically this is the model, and that's how much textures are projected on it. It's like a candy wrapper. A candy wrapper wraps around an object. It will show the textures. So it's basically wrapped around the model. And right now it doesn't really look that good. So if I were to move it, if you click on this right here, show overlays, if you hide it, this will help. Right now it's all stretched. And if we were to increase the scale, it looks a little better. This is usually what I do. I go to the UV editor, which is the texture editor, and you can scale it on the Y and X axis. And you just extend it like that. You just pretty much, if it looks good enough for what we have, then we're good to go. And if we were to go to another map, another window, we're in 3D viewport, so we see what this is. So if we click on 3D viewport, there's shader editor. Then we can also see what we were in before. So if we were to take this out, right now, we're not doing any game textures, so it's okay if it looks like this. But if it was a game texture, this isn't the best sign, but it's okay for now since we're just editing textures and stuff. So if I were to adjust this, you see that it's looking like crazy. But if you don't like that, click on overlay here. We can select everything, click on smart UVs, and what this is, it calculates the object, and it just kind of figures out oh, how will the wrap look like this. This is how we can adjust it. And if we were going the color, it doesn't look as good for what we're looking for. And pretty much if we go to if you click on editor and you go to node wrangler, check that. And so what it will let you do is create 2 tabs that can control the textures as well. So what you want to do is go to Control T. I'll click on the node, Control T. And so it'll create these 2 things. And so for here, you can control the scale without going here. It'll let you control the scale like that. Sometimes I just like going to UV. It has more control of the scene. If you just want to do a node, that's fine too. So there's just different ways to do that. And if I would go to object, these are just different ways the textures are like formed on the object. I just like to say UV. And I just go back to where I'll make sure you click on this, go to edit. So it will show up here. So make sure always go edit mode when you want to change the textures. So if I were to stretch it out manually and we click turn off overlays, it's kind of just like up to you, like how you want to eye it. If you like it like that, maybe the textures look good enough. You won't be super up close in the product animation because maybe like you don't mind the edge. I think that's good enough for what we have. And so now we're gonna do some of the other ones with some textures, and some will just have plain color. What you want to do first is click on all the other ones right here. Just click on all of them, and so now they're all connected to texturing. And what we want to do is we want to go to object, go to relation, make a single user, so we can make their own like objects, so they're not connected in data. So we just click on material, and so now they all have their own materials. Because if you were to not do that, if you were to change one texture, it would change the other object's texture. So what we want to go is click on edit mode, like remember what we said. Let's go to Smart UV. Let's see how that goes. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. But we can go ahead and change it. Let's change the scale here. So if you're to change the scale, it's kind of up to preference. Let's see. I think I'm happy with what this is. Maybe we could change the scale, and we're not going to be super up close right here. So as long as at first glance, if the cameras will be turning like this, just make this a single color. Yeah. So this will be its own color. And for the single color ones, the model did come with some textures, so we can just leave it at that. But if you wanted to add some more individual textures, let's say the roughness, you don't like the roughness right here, so I just got rid of the roughness, so it's a cool scratchy thing. But also one other thing you can do is, let's move these nodes. These create like the bumps and everything. If you go to noise, go to noise texture, this create scratches you can control more instead of just having an image. So if I were to drag color to roughness, this will determine like the roughness of it. So if I were to go to detail, change roughness, then this will allow you to have more control. And if I were to go to click Control A, go to color ramp, slide this here, this will control the darks and the black of it. So now you can have some more like shiny looks to it, which is actually, I think I prefer this. I'll keep it like that. And what we can do here is for the objects that are not, you know, like textured like this, I like to click on all the objects that are going to be like a metal kind of color. Let's see here. Oh, this bottom part will be the white color. So if I were to click shift, and what we can do is Control L. And what this does, it lets you link the material. So you don't have to select all them all up one by one. You can link material. So now these all have the same material. And so whatever you do with this one, it will affect the other ones. So I'm not touching this one. So if you were to change this one, now we can adjust all of them at the same time. So that's really nice to do. And this one will be a white color. This one will just be white because this is the cuff. And next we want to add some UV adjustment. Remember what we said before to change the adjustment? So click shift, move this like that, and let's do a UV smart UV unwrap. See what we get. Okay, so that's fine. I think it just needs a bit more stretch like that. And I think I like that. It's pretty good. And then it changes the other side. And I don't know why that one's like that. Oh, these are connected. Okay. I did add a shortcut. So what I did was I have P as my material like shortcut. All I did to do that was I went to relations, single user, and what you can do is right click, and then you can it will say add shortcut, and you just add it and you click on the key that you want. Mine's P, so I just clicked on P after I clicked on it. But what I have here is P. You can choose like what to make its own thing. I did material. I'm just gonna do material. And so now if you remove that, this will be fine, and these will be the same. So next, what we have to do is texture these guys, and remember to UV unwrap. UV for this one, since it's like a weird shape, I'm just gonna increase the scale, and at that point, I'm just keeping it like this. I don't have to do anything else. See how that looks. Turn on overlay. And I think that texturing is pretty good for what we have. Okay, and let me delete this guy. And now these guys are all under one thing. And so what I want to do is make a collection. So I'm going to name this, I click on M, do new collection, click on headphones, or headphone 1, because we're going to make 2 other headphones a texture. And next, they are under these headphones, and what you can do also, you can color code this. So I'll make it pink. Now the headphone is under a collection. And the best thing about that is you can click on here, click on instance to scene. I right clicked it, instance to scene. So now basically I made a clone of it, but it takes up less data. So what we can do is hide this one, and the headphone will be gone, and this will be its own like object. You don't see any parts. The best thing about this is it saves on data, and it saves on like render times and stuff. So it just makes it like quicker. You can just move it around, so it's really nice to have. And if you ever want to do texturing, again, like maybe you just didn't like this, maybe you just want it to be red like the scene before, then you can just adjust the scenes right here. I would just click on the objects. As well as if you guys are interested in learning more lighting, I do have a free lighting setup for products as well in my Gumroad if you want to check that out. So definitely, if it helps you, give it a go. Next, we'll do some texturing for the 2 other headphones. So what I'm gonna do here is I can select all of them, or you can click on the selection, select objects, and it will select everything. And if I do Alt D, it would then duplicate it. And remember, I had the P shortcut for making separate materials. Well, now we can do make single, and now these materials are its own. So we can go ahead and remember, click M really quick before you do it. Click M, headphone 2, and now we can hide this, and now this will be its own thing. So we can go ahead and let's connect this one. What I'm gonna do is add another texture we have. So I have it down below as well if you want to use it. I'm gonna use colorful graffiti. See, now we can just kind of adjust it based on like how the textures look. So right now, every texture is different, so they're not all gonna be the same. Let's click on edit. Okay, so that edge is being kind of annoying because there's kind of like a bunch of vertices all over. Personally, I wouldn't have it like this, but I grabbed the model, so we just gotta do the best we can. But let's see, maybe we're to stretch it like that. No, that's not the best. What if we rotate it? That could be nice. Sometimes rotating the UVs can be really nice. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. I do plan to have the camera like move down like this, so even if the top part we might not see it, then you don't have to worry about it. Which is why I say if it's nothing to view, then just skip it. Don't worry about adjusting it. But other than that, I will, let me select all this. I'm selected, so I'm going to copy it. I'm going to select all this, press X for delete. Now we have another texture here, and we can then just adjust it. No, that's looking good. And if these bumps are annoying you, these are just normals. So they create like the bumps and like 3D, like kind of like a trickery, like there's a bump going on. If you delete it, you can get rid of the bumps here. So in case you didn't like that, and then you can maybe add another, it's like the color, and you add another image to the normal map, and it like takes that in as bumps. But usually they're not color images, they're kind of like blue, they're called normals. So they're like kind of blue, like a blue map, like blueprint. And so you use those, and those are like how you make the bumps. But for now, we don't need to, for this material, we don't need the bumps like that. But now we are good with that, same as the other one. Now we're just doing the same process. And then we just get the same material, just grab it. It's already UV, it's already unwrapped in the way we want it, so it's already like that. And next, we'll do the same thing. And now we have the two headphones. Now we have that headphone. Now we have this headphone. And I'm going to do one more headphone just to add some more variety. So if I were to select all, Alt D, let's move it to the left. I'm going to press P for a shortcut. And next we'll use one more material. I'm going to use a seamless graffiti, which would be below to be used. I need to select on each one, sorry. And now it's its own thing, looking good. You just changed the image texture. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. I like that kind of like sideways look to it. Sometimes you just gotta work with it. Do the same thing here, but if we make do with what we have, I think that's pretty good. So right now we have these three. And first of all, what I did before was I made a instance, which is another clone. Select all objects, right click, instance to scene. And right now there's like a dot here. So if we rotate it, it's rotating around there. So to center it, we want to go to object, go to set origin. So the origin will be in the middle of the object. So now when we rotate it, it will be good. And for all the ones we don't want, I put a hide collection. I made it as a template for this. And let's put these in a collection of headphones. And let's see how it looks in cycles. Let's make it really bright. All right, now the textures are pretty good. And that's pretty much it for the texturing part of the headphones. So that'll be it for the texturing. Now the next thing, all we have to do is do the lighting next. So I'm excited to show you guys that. And then I'll see you guys on the next one. And don't forget to check out my other free resources as well. Have a good one, guys.